you just did, you know what that tells me? They're not really German. You know why? Because they're not good engineers. They don't understand that everything I told you in this podcast is published in the literature. Everything is there. It's got a proof. Now, it's okay. It's okay, Benny, for people not to believe it. But the people in the audience that are going to fact check this, guess what? Then you begin to realize there's certain people I shouldn't listen to. See, and evolution also teaches us that lesson too. This is the reason why we have predator and prey. Okay? Predators can't live without prey. So you have to realize that most of the world is working on bad thinking, not first principle thinking. And no, we shouldn't make excuses for it. What our job should be, at least in decentralized medicine, is to explain how it happens. What you need to realize that in centralized medicine, they are taking advantage of those people. And I would say to you, not only is Big Pharma taking advantage of it, in my opinion, governments all over the world are taking big advantage of this. And people don't understand that at a fundamental level. And the reason they don't is because they haven't done the first principle thinking about what the Warburg shift means to light. This is the reason I told you, before we started this, I think you would be very happy with using this mechanism, because not only will it explain the two diseases you're interested in, that it will open up another world where you say, wow, this isn't just this problem. This explains a lot of different things. And you remember why I got into this business. I was very frustrated in centralized medicine. All the thing I was taught, I was at the top of my class. Neurosurgery is the hardest thing to get into. But when I came out after 5 years, I started to do all the things they told me, and people still didn't get better. Remember what that funny guy from Bern said in Austria? If you keep doing the same shit over and over again, expect a different result, that's called insanity. And that's exactly what centralized medicine became. And in my opinion, that's what the world is becoming because of what you just said, Benny. Nobody is willing to question the paradigm. Well, I got news for you. You listen to this podcast, I don't care if you're German, Irish, Black, American, Swahili, there's a big lesson here. And this is the lesson I'm going to tell you. This is maybe how we end. The wounds create the wisdom. You have to embrace the suck, the chaos. Why? Because what did Becker tell us? The wound creates the regeneration. And it's never a bad thing if you learn the lesson from the wound. You know when it is a bad thing? When you don't learn the lesson. And do I think that the German people, this goes all the way down to your DNA because of what happened in the 1930s and the 1940s.
Yeah.
You still haven't learned the lesson from the wound. And the reason why this situation is the way it is in Germany and it's not that way in the United States, remember who the United States are. We had the crazy people from Britain that told the king, we're going to shoot you because you gave us 3% tax on our tea. That was it. If you think about the craziness that's going on in the United States now in Germany, man, these guys are doing way more to us. We probably should be shooting at them. You know, they're sending people in to foreign countries and they're dying for no reason. So I look at it like this. This story of why we're having sleep problems, why we have ADHD, it has a lot of very interesting discussions that should go with it. Hopefully when people in Germany listen to this, they liked what they heard. They fact check Uncle Jack. They say, you know, maybe he's crazy in the beginning, but the more he talked, I fact checked him and everything's right. Then maybe you go to the coffee house and start talking to your friends. No, Munich talks to Bavaria and Bavaria talks to Frankfurt. The next thing you know, we may create 20, 30,000 savages in Germany that say, you know what? Let's go talk to the people in Prague. Let's go talk to the people in France. Let's go talk to the people in Russia. Yeah. Maybe our problems could be solved instead of the way it's being solved now. I just put it this way. When you know better, you're able to think better, you're able to do better. And if this message doesn't resonate in Germany, I don't think it's going to resonate anywhere. Why? Because this is about engineering. It is a photobioelectric story of how nature engineered ourselves to do some amazing things. And when you realize that, and you realize that you're your own worst enemy because of the choices that you made around light, I don't think it's that hard to fix. I think it's kind of the thing that's the most shocking is that you go, wow, it's really that simple.